Okay. Yeah. This is Animal Paradise. I did a live YouTube streaming one time, but the results I didn't really like it. So what's that? It's live on your. Okay, yeah, I'm live. Okay, so they send you notification. Yeah, so I'm live. But this YouTube live, can the participants ask questions? Can they talk to me? Can they interact with me or through text message? Or through okay. Um, we used to do Zoom and Google Meet. That is more or less like an interactive video, interactive streaming, where the participants can actually um, interact. Please give me 1 minute. I want to read what's on the screen. Welcome to live chats. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Okay. Don't. That's just instruction on the bottom of the screen, and then is life. I'm a living, real human being. I'm not an AI. So, if you're getting noise at the background, know that I'm living where human beings are living, and because I'm making video, I don't have to shut them up. They still have the right to live their life. I'm not in the studio. I'm just relaxing where I'm relaxing. I'm not in the farm, so there may be background noise, but my voice will be louder than the noise, and then what I'm saying will be more important than the noise. Today, I want to talk on some topics in goat farming. I'm going to take them one by one. I think I have about 1, 2, 3, 4 points I want to talk about. Under each of the points, there are things that I will talk about there. Um, First of all, the first question I want to look into is how lucrative is goat farming in Nigeria? How lucrative is goat farming in Nigeria? Hi, good afternoon. That's Kelvin Peters. Yeah, I can see you there. They're saying hi. Good afternoon. Yes, this is Animal Paradise. I'm on live. I'm on live. Um, I just pray that if my wife gets less busy, she's going to be able to be reading the text messages for me, so I can focus on talking on the topics that I'm talking on. Are you going to be busy? Are you going to be busy? If you're not going to be busy, help me to follow up all the text. If they ask relevant questions, you ask me the questions so I can attend to it. Because I may not be able to be straining my eyes to look at the tiny right up at the bottom of the screen. How lucrative is goat farming? How lucrative is goat farming in Nigeria? Yes, most of the times we have Kevin Peters again. I'm one of your subscribers. Thank you you're super fan. Yeah, thank you very much, Kevin Peters. Thank you so much. Most of the times when I make my videos, I always want to say Nigeria. There is a reason I consciously do that, because goat farming in Nigeria is different from goat farming in South Africa. It's different from goat farming in Uganda. Most Ugandans, they have a lot of videos on YouTube, but there are so many practice, or rather in their goat farming operations, that is not practical in Nigeria. And because their weather condition is different from our weather condition. The weather condition of the people in Uganda, I think they have lesser rains and more dry season, while we in Nigeria, we have a high amount of rainy season and less of the dry season. Please, can you let me open this door? The closing of that door is shading my video. That door, yes, pass behind me and open it. It's a live video. I always do my reality video. I don't like all those editing stuff. We are human beings. You have to see us as we are. We don't have to be packaging and doing editing, cutting off what you should not see and what you should see. See everything. Sometimes what I don't want you to see is something you will like more. something that will even educate and inspire you more. And that's why most of the times I hold my video, I show what I'm seeing. I don't do that part where you're looking at me. Looking at me only will make it boring. Yeah, will make it boring. But if you're seeing the animals, these the animals you really love. When you see animals you love, you would like to be watching and watching. You can pass. You like to be watching and seeing the animals as you like them. See the goats, see the he goats, see the Kalahari, see the dwarf. You'll be enjoying it. Unlike me just standing in your front and be talking, sometimes you get bored. So but this is a live video. Maybe the next live video I'm going to make is going to be in the farm. There's a farm I was supposed to visit, but I'm not chance to go there. I would have made a live video there, but anyhow, we are looking at how lucrative is goat farming in Nigeria, because the uniqueness of every farm, or every farm has its uniqueness. The way your farm is not the way my farm is. The way the farms in Nigeria are is not the way the farms in Uganda, South Africa, Ghana, Kenya. Kenya is doing well in goat farming now. They've been doing well, and with just that most times the farmers that are online may not be many. And just like in Nigeria now, somebody was telling me about exotic breed in Nigeria. I said no, there are a lot of exotic breed in Nigeria. The Nigerian farmers don't like to show their exotic breed on camera. Most farms in Nigeria don't allow videos, and they don't allow you video in their farm. They have a high number of exotic breed. They lock them up. But the Uganda farmers, almost all of them are on social media. They video their animals, they show them, they do social media thing. But in Nigeria, permit me to use the word big men, the big men that have the farms, they can't be doing videos. They have important things they are doing. They are big men, and they can't be doing videos. And then most of them have restrictions. They don't allow their managers or any other person make videos in their farms. I think the reason is one of the points we're going to be talking about today. A major problem we're having in Nigeria is insecurity. Insecurity go to the point that people have things they don't want other people to know they have it, so those people will not plan to rob them. Are you seeing it? So they just live their life and they keep on continue to disguise. They don't need to hide themselves because of the level of insecurity that we have in our country. Let's leave that for that. We'll get there when I get to the point. Today we are talking about this point. I'm talking about how lucrative is goat farming in Nigeria. Now, the advantage of every project lies in or on proper management, and the advantages and the benefits is going to come out if you properly manage your business or your investment. And if you properly manage it, that's one of the problems goat farming is facing: improper management. Are you seeing it? Because some of the people are not able to properly manage the business, they seems to not make much profit out of it. Are you seeing it? So, but generally, if you can dot the I's and cross the T's, you will make the profit that is in goat farming. Goat farming is very lucrative. I'm going to talk about the practically how you make your profit from goat farming. Practically, take for instance, we advise people to start small, not to remain small. Yeah, you can start small, don't remain small. And then if you are small, you start small. If you are not small, don't start small. Don't start small. And you cannot be a billionaire and be talking about starting goat farming with 10 goats. That's what I mean, that if you are not small, don't start small. If you have enough money to start well or start big, you can start big. Employ the services of professionals to help, and also go on research to have idea, and then you run it big. Because starting small has its advantage for small people. Starting small has its disadvantage for big people. Because big people expect, when I mean big people, I mean financial, and not age, pockets. People who are small in their pockets and people who are big in their pockets. Now, if you are small in your pockets and you start small, you will be enjoying it, because 10 goats is your capacity, 20 goats is your capacity. When you have 20 goats, you'll be proud that, okay, as small as you are, you have 20 goats. So it will make sense to you, because that's the level that you are in. If you are big in your pockets, You are in the realms of 50 million, 20 million, 100 million, 200 million, 1 billion, and you now have 20 goats. It looks like a child's play because it's not going to give you a return that will make sense to you. The return will not make sense to you because the animals are small. But if you are in the realms of millions, you're a billionaire or a millionaire, and you have 200 to 300 animals, the number will make sense to you. You say, wow, my animals are many. Yeah. And before you say Jack Robinson, 300 animals give birth, and then you have 500. Wow. It's interesting. It's interesting. In 1 year, your 300 animals that were matured in January, each of them giving birth 2 times in that year to 300 babies, you have maybe like 500 or 550 babies and animals in your farm. It will make sense to you that is the big man. Are you seeing it? And then don't forget that you're going to manage all these things. I'm just giving an illustration. So, is the heat making my phone to sleep? That's what you used to do when there's heat. Just pray you fix it. So, sorry for that. Sometimes when the sun is hot, my Vivo phone will be skipping. Yeah, it will be skipping. So, I don't want it to skip now. This is a live video. Not that my mouth will be moving, then the audio will be coming along. It will be lagging. I said it. So, how lucrative is goat farming? The lucrativeness of your goat farming depends on the level, or rather the effects that the lucrativeness of your farming will make on you depends on the level that you are in. If you are able to start with 5 goats, 4 females and 1 male, you will keep them. That is the level that you are in. Start like that. Once your 4 female animals, after proper feeding and proper management, after 5 months, those are 4 females. Each of them give birth to 1. You will have 8 animals, 5 months. And that 8 animals, by the time it is December of that year, the small ones that were born by May will be 6 months old. Then the mothers that gave birth to them will give birth to 8 again. Because the first time a goat will give birth to 1, the second time it will give birth to 2. From the second time it will be giving birth to 2. So in 1 year, 1 animal will give birth to 3 kids for you. 3 kids. So they'll give birth to 3 kids. So if you have 5 females, you're more or less going to have, the first time they'll give birth to 5, the second time they'll give birth to 10. So you're going to get 15 animals in 1 year. Are you seeing it? 15 animals in 1 year. So if you have 5 matured animals in January, and then by December you have 20. You have 5 females, December you have 20. It makes sense. It's encouraging. So that's for the level of the small farmers. Permit me to use that word. The farmers who are starting small. But averagely, standardly, we tell every farmer to start with 50. Standardly, start with 50. And that 50, at the end of 1 year, you may have 200 animals, plus or minus. Now, this lucrativeness or this multiplication is not magic. It's biological reproduction. And this biological reproduction means there are a lot of things you will do to enhance the animal, to prepare it from the first day to the day to give birth. We call it management. There are things you put in place. We will get there. So we're just talking about how lucrative it is. This is just on the table. In the real life, there are a lot of differences. There are a lot of difference. It's not just as we say it, because the 20 animals you will have, when there is no proper management, you will have mortality. Some of them will die. Are you saying it? Some of them will die. But if no one dies, this is the number you will have. If you start with 50, at the end of 1 year, you may get up to, plus the mothers, there may be up to 200 animals in your farm at the end of a year under proper management. Are you seeing it? So if you get one animal, depends on where you are. All different states have different prices. But for those of us who are on social media and we are supplying animals on social media, a vaccinated female animal is about 100,000 Nigerian naira. It ranges from between 70,000 to 100,000, but let us say 100,000 is the maximum output price as at November 2024. 100,000 is the maximum output for a female. The stocking season is starting now. The price may change, but for now, that is the price. So if you buy 50, at the end of 1 year, you have 200 pieces, and then maybe you're going to sell. You also sell. Remember, I said there are managemental things you will do within this 1 year. We're not talking about growth management yet. We're talking about the lucrativeness of it. So if you sell those, if you want to sell, if maybe you cannot sustain 200 animals, you want to sell, you will choose what you want to sell. If it is the babies that were born the first time that you want to sell, you can sell. If it is the mothers who gave birth to them you want to sell, you want to recycle the babies to come up again, it's your choice. If it is the new babies you want to sell, it's your choice. If you want to keep all of them again and turn them around in the next year and increase the number of animals you're having, it's your choice. You can do that. If you want to sell all the animals you're having, the 200 animals after 1 year, you can sell it and have the money. And maybe buy a bigger land and go into bigger farming, or maybe have a bigger structure for what you want to do. It's your choice, but you can sell them and make your money back. You can make it back. And remember, what I'm saying is, this is just on the table. When you get to real life, there are some changes that are there. Yeah, but all things working well, no disadvantage. All things working well, no setback, no disadvantage, no bad influence, no bad workers, no mismanagement. This is the number you will get. This is how everything will work out. Are you seeing it? You can start with 50 and end up with 200 in 1 year. In that 200, there will be males, there will be females. If you are able to raise all the males to become champion bucks or bucks that are meant for breeding, it is not all male goats that is for breeding. If you're able to raise up your male goats for breeding, you sell them for higher than that 100,000. You can sell them 120, 150, as depends on how gallant they are. And you can sell them for a higher amount of money if you raise them for breeding. If you raise them for breeding, it's not all male goat that is for breeding. Yeah, but if you're able to raise your goats for breeding, that they have the features and they are built up for that, you can still make money from the male goats. You don't have to castrate them. It is when you have male goats that are not up to the standard. I don't advise people to castrate their goats. If your male goat is having good features, good genetics, you should pass that into another farm, so you can sell your male goats for another farm for breeding. Are you seeing it? So that's that. So generally, goat farming is lucrative if you have proper management in place. And so look out on how to manage your goat farm well. The goat farmer, whether a present farmer or an absentee farmer, make research, learn about goat farming. It's not just enough to have likeness and love for goat farming, but you must have ideas on how goat farms, or you run a goat farm. And like I said before in one of the videos, the way you rear goats in the village is not the same thing as goat farming. And some people say, when I was growing up, my mother was keeping goats. There were goats in my house. My father had a lot of goats. That system is different from goat farming. That system, the goats are not under any management. They wake up in the morning and they go into the streets, into the village. They come back. Nobody even know whether they come back. They'll go to the kitchen and sleep. The owner is not managing them. And the only time he manages them is just 2 times. Whenever he notices that some of his goats are not coming home, he's not seeing them at home, they will go and report to the village head that my goat is missing. I had 20 goats, but now I'm seeing 18. 2 of my goats are missing. The village head will say, okay, calm down. Let's call the chief priest. The chief priest will now go and do some incantation, and they will call the town crier. And the town crier will now announce, if the goat is in your house, or is in your backyard, or is in your farm, or you catch it and tie it down because it's in your cassava, release it and let it. That's one of the times that the village goat owner is involved in managing his goats. That's one of the time. And the second time he's involved in managing his goats is the day before he sells the goats. If he's going to sell the goats tomorrow, he will be involved in managing them today, because today we wait for them to come home. He will chase them inside the kitchen. He will catch them and select the one that is big enough to produce good money. He will tie it and take it to the market the next day. That is what the village people do when they are doing their goat farming. That's how they are involved. They don't care whether the goat has take dewormers. They don't spray their goats. They don't give them multivitamin. They don't give them antibiotics. Some people believe in the traditional philosophy that because goats eat herbs, they don't get sick. That even when a goat is sick, the goat self know the kind of grass he will go and eat in the bush. Some people believe that. And some people believe that. But in the goat farming, when you restrict the goat into a compound or into a restricted area, there are a lot of supplements you need to be giving them, a lot of things you need to do that we call management. That is what we determine whether that lucrativeness we are talking about will be 100%, will be 50%, will be 10%. You can get 50 goats and because they are not properly managed, all of them will die. You can get 10 goats because they are not properly managed, even though they are vaccinated. They need to be fed well. They need to be given food that has nutrition, protein, carbohydrates, and a lot of nutrition that animal needs. They need it also. And so if you are running a goat farm, you must ensure they have all those things. All those things is what will now amount to the fact that you are able to to gain in your goat farming. That lucrativeness we talk about is able to be able to experience it, because many of the things you are supposed to do, you are doing them well. And majorly, there are 3 things to do. 1, get vaccinated animals. 2, get good structure for them. 3, get good feeding for them. If you're able to do these 3 things, your goats will not be dying. Your goats will not be dying. Your goats will not be dying because you are able to put things in place for them. You put good shelter for them. You get quality breeds, quality stock, breeding stock. You get them. Then you get good shelter for them. You give them good food. They will be doing well. They will be doing well. How lucrative is goat farming? I have said some things, but you, the goat farmer, go close to the nearest goat market in your place and price one goat. Whatsoever amount they tell you, imagine you have 100 pieces of that goat to give them at that amount. Or all the people selling ogufe, that's goat meat in your area. Ask how much is one, and compare that size that they sell to you at 1,500 naira. Compare it to the number of that size they will get from one goat, times it by the number of that size they'll get from one goat, and then maybe remove like 20,000 naira for their profit, and imagine that they have gotten that goat for the amount you're able to calculate. Are you seeing it? Then you will know that goat farming is lucrative. Basically, if I may say the truth, there is nothing that is not lucrative in Nigeria. It's just that we do what we have passion for. Because the reason why I say there's nothing that is not lucrative in Nigeria is that whatsoever you think is not lucrative, some people are doing it as their source of income, and they are paying their bills, they are buying, they are building house. As irrelevant as tomato selling, there are people in the market who do tomato selling. At the end of the day, they do small lidara. At the end of the day, end of the year, they gather that lidara and buy a land. Some people sell bottled water along the road. They pay their house rent by that. They live the happy life they are living by the small source of income that they have. Please give me 1 minute. I want to try to stable this fan. Since I'm the only person here now, let me enjoy it. It doesn't have to be turning up and down anymore. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. So As small as tomato selling, pure water people, they still cash out. It may not be your thing, it's their thing. They are enjoying it. So I think that's what me. I'll say that um don't do business because other people are doing it. Do business because it's something that comes from inside of you. Yeah, it's something that comes from inside of you. Anything you do that comes from inside of you, you will have the energy to overcome the challenges of that field you are doing or that business you are doing. You will not fall out because you have it in you. It is from your inside. When you face the challenges, other people are falling out. But when you face the challenges, you will have many reasons to continue. Because enter now. I'm not going to be trained the next 2 hours. Come inside and sit down now. I'm on live video. It's not a short video. I make it. I'm just gisting. So, do something that comes from inside of you. And those guys that are doing pure water, sun is beating them. They are inside the sun. They have something from inside that help them to overcome the stress of what they are passing through. The same thing with all those low-class people. The same thing with the high-class people. I have a friend who is into shipping things from overseas to Nigeria. He has been doing it for many years. But sometimes they have issues. Customs will seize their thing, but they will still continue. Even though customs seize their thing, they will lose hundreds of millions. But because it's the business they do, they will still continue. I seen it. They'll still continue. I seen it. Some people will ship container. The container will get missing on the high sea. How did it get missing? Maybe it fell into the big sea. As the ship is going, entering into some turbulence, the ship will fall out. The container will fall out. The owner of the container will lose a lot of things, but they still have the inner energy to continue what they are doing. Are you seeing it? So, when we talk about lucrative in business, it doesn't mean that there are no challenges. I'm going to talk about challenges that we face in goat farming in Nigeria. I believe I explained the reason why I always use goat farming in Nigeria. Nigerian version of goat farming is different from goat farming from every other sector in countries. Nigerian version is different from Ghana. Take for instance, Nigeria has its own. If you're shipping animals from South Africa down to Ghana, to clear it in Ghana is easier and less stressful than to clear it in Nigeria. So there are differences. There are things that are there are different experiences. If you want to clear it in Ghana, it's cheaper, less expensive, and less stressful. If you want to ship animals from Nigeria, South Africa down to Nigeria, it's a different ballgame entirely. There are different rules, different bridges to cross, and different things to do. Some people think it is stressful, but it is our own version. It's just our own experience. And so if somebody from Ghana tells you, yeah, I go to South Africa, I buy animals, I brought into the country, I did that, that's his experience. That's different from what you are going to experience if you want to ship them from South Africa down to Nigeria. It's going to be different. The same thing with the pen that we build. If you want to build a goat pen, all those Uganda videos you see and the patterns of pen that they build, they are not applicable or liable in Nigeria. You should not build those pen in Nigeria. If you build your goat pen in Nigeria, you should cover them up. Cover the pen up. If you don't cover them up in southern Nigeria, if you don't cover them up, cold will be killing the animals, especially the baby animals. Cold will be killing them. I seen it. Cold will be killing them. Somebody sent a message there. Hello, Animal Paradise. We thank you for the work you are doing. Keep it up, bro. Yeah, thank you. Prince Chinedu Uche. Yeah, thank you very much. Prince Chinedu Uche. Thank you for responding. It's a different ball game entirely. And when you want to build your pen in Nigeria, it's different. And sometimes I tell most of the people who reach out to me that don't follow the pattern of South African farmers if you want to farm in Nigeria. If you want to build your farm in Nigeria, don't follow South African pattern, don't follow Uganda pattern, don't follow Canadian pattern, don't follow American pattern, don't even follow Ghanaian pattern. Watch out the way Nigerian farmers are doing their thing and follow along. There is a reason why the Nigerian farmers do what they do the way they do it, because over the years they've learned some things that you, the newcomer, is not understanding. So follow them and check out how they do it, and do it like them. If you're in Nigeria, you go and build your pen like the South African farmers, my brother. You will not, you will have you will not get a good story. You won't get a good story. The same thing with Uganda. If you build like Hamisi Samanda, yeah, he's my mentor actually. I follow almost all of his videos. If you build your pen like his pen in Nigeria, if you build your goat pen like Hamisi Samanda's goat pen, you'll be counting your losses every day. Yeah, you'll be counting your losses every day, because there they create a kind of a shade. They just roof the top. The whole body is exposed. And sometimes I will even look at the pen and say, even when rain is falling, this roof cannot cover all these animals. Rain, storm will still be splashing on those animals. Yes, it is true. But they have, I think, 9 months of dry season, if not more than 9 months. For a long time, more than 5 months, 6 months, they don't get rain. They always, their region is dry, unlike in Nigeria or in southern Nigeria, where we have only 3 months rainy season and 3 months dry season. The only season we can beat our hand with our chest and claim is a dry season in Nigeria is December, January, February. We are in November now. We have not finished rainy season. The rains just stopped for some time. We're still going to have like 2 or 3 rains in this November. In southern Nigeria, maybe states like Edo State, Edo State, I know 3 more rains will come in this November. Then maybe throughout December we will not get, but sometime between December and January we'll still have rain once. One heavy rain used to come, either the last week of November or the first week, the last week of December or the first week of January. Then we can say December, January, February is dry, while sometimes March ending in Nigeria is rainy season. March ending. Are you seeing it? So we may not be able to follow the pattern of the people who have 9 to 10 months dry season, and they maybe have like 2 months. There are some states in Nigeria, they have only 2 months rainy season, the northern states. And dry season is very good for animals. Most of the reasons why we in the south are having high level of mortality, baby goats are dying, mother goats are dying, we wake up in the morning, we see goats die. It's a common story we hear from the farms in the southern Nigeria. In the night, we wake up in the morning, we found one lying down dead. We find the other one lying down dead. We find the baby goats dead. It's the cold, the rains. And that rain also help us to have high warm load in southern Nigeria. Why the people... They do not deworm the animals the way we deworm our animals in the south, because the dry season help them to have dry grasses. Dry grasses is a warm free grass, while wet grasses is a warm field grass. The dry grasses, they are warm free, while wet grasses is warm field grasses. So those animals that are eating the wet grasses, they are having high warm load because they are warm in the grasses. But in the north, in the dry regions, their grasses are dry and bagged. Worm does not even survive in that condition. So they don't get much dewormers as we get worm dewormers, much dewormers for our animals. They don't get a high amount of cold. We get a high amount of cold. Are you seeing it? So when you're making research, trying to start your goat farm, find out how your people they do their thing. Because now where your people now you go build your farm. If you see their pattern that they are using, you will overcome a lot of stress by just following simple patterns. Take for instance, like some of the people that are advising people on cars to buy. They will make a statement that if you want buy motor where the parts they are available for your area. Because if you buy some vehicles that the parts are not available in your area, you will have to call China or call Germany, call America to get the parts. But people like living in the US, they just buy cars. If the cars have issues, they'll call the company to come and pick it. Nigeria, who you want call? which company you want call? Some people use their vehicles there in a civilized society. They return it. When they after using it for 1 year, 2 years, they return it, they get a new model. And if the car have issues, the factory producing it, Mr. Said Soleh, Hey mates, okay, yeah, Saeed on our WhatsApp. I think we talked recently. Okay, yeah, we spoke 2 or 3 days ago, Mr. Saeed. Yes, yeah, Solali. I can't pronounce. I can't see your name well, but I know it's you, Mr. Saeed. The way you say "Hey mates," I know it's you, Saeed from the UK. Yeah, you see. So back to what I was saying. When you want to um, set up your goat farm, check out the patterns that they are using in your region and follow up with that pattern. It will go a long way. People in southern Nigeria, they can make hay. We in the in the northern Nigeria, they can make hay. We in the southern Nigeria, we may not be able to make hay because of we have high level of rain here. But why those in the north are getting feed not so easy, we have feeds. We have feeds. There are a lot of grasses everywhere. Sometimes there is something for goat to eat anywhere, everywhere in our place. There is something for them to eat anywhere, everywhere. Are you seeing it? So we have feed, we have fertile ground. You can throw your seed on the ground. You don't have to put fertilizer. It will come out so well in southern Nigeria. Are you seeing it? And majorly, ruminant farming and planting of grasses, they are intertwined. If you're a ruminant farm, you're only a ruminant farm for the period of time that you're stocking your animals. Immediately you finish stocking your animals, you turn to a crop farmer. Immediately you stop buying animals. You have 200 animals, 300 animals in your farm. You must turn to a crop farmer. If you don't turn to a crop farmer, you will not be able to sustain your animals. Crop farming means tilling the ground, planting seeds, planting things that your goat will eat. That's what I mean when I mean crop farming. Crop farmer. You just have to start planting, digging, clearing. We call it brushing the bushes, burning them, and harrowing them, and then planting, watering, and then planting irrigation. You just have to start planting so that you can enjoy the benefits of being a ruminant farmer. So when we say how lucrative is goat farming, a lot of things are into play. That mathematics I calculated just now, that you have 50 goats in 1 year, they turn to 100 goats. A lot of your money will be spent on the management. You're going to pay workers for that 1 year. You're going to buy fuel for Jen for that 1 year to pump water for them to drink. You're going to buy fuel in your car to visit your farm. You're going to buy data in the cameras to watch your farm. You're going to pay some underground unforeseen cash. You're going to waste a lot of money. There's a friend of mine who is in one of these countries. I think I'm the one who took the worker there. I took one there, that one left. Then I took this one there also. The brother said he can walk. He came to work. After 1 month, I'm not really sure it got to 1 month or maybe like less than 1 month, they got another guy there. Somehow, the guy took all the Android phones in the farm phone, the new workers' phone. He took them, the money, he took their bike. He just drove off into thin air. The bike gone, the farm phone gone, Android phone gone. He just stole it and he left. These are some of the disadvantages we meet up with in Nigeria, wasting money. Sometimes you send money for workers to come from one of the states down to meet you. After paying their transport, they will come. Not that they won't come. They will come. After coming, they will leave and go be working for another person. They will come, you will receive them, you put them in a good house, fine. Then they will look for another work. In 2-3 days, they are gone. Some of them, you even give them advance of their salary. After paying a high amount of money for their transport, you will give them advance of their salary to buy food and make themselves comfortable. 3 days, they are gone to go and be working for another person. And if you are not wise, you end up in trouble. You end up making trouble with your family, your village members, or your member of your village who they are now working for. At the end, you and that person will quarrel. Before anything, that same worker that caused the quarrel, he will disappear and leave. Meanwhile, you and your brother are quarreling now. When I mean brother, I don't actually mean biological. I mean your tribesman. You and your tribesman will be quarreling because your worker want to go and work for him. And you will make that trouble before you go up, and the worker will leave. And you and your brother already have beef. You're already having issues with yourself. Isn't it? So most times, it's wisdom that we use. It's wisdom, especially people like us who are farming in a village that is not our village. We have a lot of we use a lot of wisdom. We keep quiet in a lot of offenses. We don't claim rights because it's not our village. And we are just like Nigerians overseas. And when the white people are demonstrating their racism, you just keep quiet. When they are marginalizing you, you just keep quiet. And sometimes we suffer. We who have businesses in other people's villages, we suffer such things where we have supposed to have right, we don't have. I will talk about that in one of the points I'm going to talk about. Let me proceed. How lucrative is goat farming? Is very lucrative. If you dot the I's and cross the T's, it's very lucrative. If you don't dot the I's and cross the T's, you will lose everything. You can't lose everything. How much does it take to start a goat farm? A lot of people used to ask that question. How much does it take to start a goat farm? I cannot answer that question because I am in Nigeria. Yes, I am in Nigeria. I'm not in the UK, but I believe someone said one time that the price of bread is stable in the UK. That there was a certain time that the government increased the price of bread, that people now begin to protest. They begin to protest. Here in Nigeria, prices are not stable. You can get a price of bread, like my own personal experience. I live in Edo State. People in Edo State know where they call Stadium Road. You can get a price of a loaf of Chabis bread in Stadium Road for 900 naira. Stadium Road by the stadium there are some shops there. 900 naira for Chabis bread. While you drive down to Siloko Road, Olia Market, Siloko Road, Ogola Junction, you get the same price for 1,200 naira. The same Benin City. Yeah, somebody is okay, that can conquer it for 1,100. He think he's doing you a favor, and you price this in 900 naira somewhere. Are you seeing it? So these are some of the things or the reasons why we cannot give an accurate price. There was one certain time I priced shovel at Lagos Street, Edo State, for 6,000. I bought that same shovel somewhere in Ogun State, I think 2,800 or 1,800, very cheap. Are you seeing it? In this Nigeria, you can buy a bundle of zinc in Nigeria, in Edo State, for 80 something thousand, and you get that same bundle of zinc somewhere in Lagos State for maybe like 60, 70,000 cheaper. Are you seeing it? The same thing with wood or every other thing you want to do, even the bag of cement that we buy, the prices are not fixed. And then you can buy one for 8,000 somewhere and buy the same thing for 20,000 elsewhere. Have you seen it? That is Nigeria. And so if somebody asks you, how much does it cost to start goat farming? I will not be able to tell. Moreover, the goat size of farm that I'm having may not be the size of farm you are having. I may be having 2 acres of farmland while you are having 20 acres of farmland. So the price, the money it will cost me to run around and get my things done, it's not the same thing it will cost to get things done in your place. But when you want to start goat farming, you will need land. The bigger the land you have, the better it is, because if your animals, you plant grasses and your animals are grazing, it will be stressless for everybody and they will be giving birth on time. You will need a shelter for the goats to sleep. The shelter does not have to be expensive. And you can use slated floor, you can use sandy floor. You can't use it. Every goat you will buy to put in your slated floor, before they came to where you were sleeping, many of them were sleeping on the floor, on the sand. Even the exotic breed that we used to import from South Africa to Nigeria, it is not all of them that are sleeping slated floor. Many of them are sleeping on the sand. Those exotic breed, we bring it to Nigeria, and then we begin to look for slated floor for them. If you have money to do slated floor, go ahead and do slated floor. You have the money, very expensive, you have the money, though it has its disadvantage. If you don't have the money, it doesn't mean you will not be successful in your goat farming. You will still be successful. And because 90% of the goats you see, they are sleeping on the sand. And it's only few that sleep on the slated floor. And the slated floor thing, actually, though it has its advantage, but majorly it is for people in the swampy regions that we are using slated floor, that we now just imbibe and carry along. If your region is dry, once the goats urinate on the floor, it will dry into the sand. It may not affect them. Just all you need to do is just sweep. Make sure you sweep every day, and they will be okay. Are you seeing it? So get a land. The bigger the land, the better it is. If you want to do a small land, consider what your goat will be eating when they finish the grasses in the small land. Consider that. Get a pen for them to sleep. The workers that will be watching over them, because you may not be there to watch over them, the workers will need somewhere to sleep. So get a farmhouse. Get a farmhouse. And then if your farmland is not so big, fence it around so that your goat will not go and be eating people's crop or get lost. They can go out of your farm and get lost. There are some sections of animals I had in my farm one time. I brought them newly. They didn't know how to come. The fence, there's some crazy animals broke the fence from the under. They all ran out. Those crazy animals, they are old animals in the farm. They know where the gate is. All of them ran and came to enter the gate. The few animals that were new, they were standing beside the fence there. They didn't know where the door is. They didn't know the door to the pen. They slept there actually. God so having it, the next day I came to the farm. As I opened the pen, because I have a way of identifying all my animals, irrespective of how many they are, I know their class. I know their class. I think I learned that from one of the lecturers I have one time. We were 100 and something in class. That man know everybody by face. He's the one marking our attendance in the morning. So he doesn't call names. He only mentioned the names of the people that are not in class. We just take pen and start marking attendance. By the time he gets to so and so number, he doesn't see the person. He will ask, where is this person? That person is absent. Because the reason he asks is that he has looked around and he didn't see that person. When he's not, he say, where is that person? We will not find out that the person is not around. He learned that. I learned that from him. When I enter into my goat farm, before you tell me the numbers are complete, I will check, I will look. Where is this one? Where is that one? Where is this one? Where is that one? Where is this one? Where is this one? There was one favorite goat I had one time. I came into the goat pen. He escaped from under the door. He was outside. I looked for him. Where is he? They say, he did here just now. I said, okay, go and look inside the field. They went to look inside the field. He was there. I see this. So when I came in, I saw all those animals. They were not there. I said, a high number of these animals are not here. Where is this one? 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 Before the guy now told me that yesterday they broke the fence, I said, go and check. We all ran out and checked. They were all of them were gathered in one place beside the fence. I think that was where they broke out through, because the boys have covered it that yesterday. But when the goats came back to pass there in, the place was blocked. They didn't know where the gate is. So sometimes you have to fence your land. If you don't fence your land, your animals can get missing. They can walk away and not be able to come and not know how to come back. And sometimes they can walk away and people will prey on them. Are you seeing it? So get a land, the bigger the better. Get a farmhouse, get a workers' quarters, plant grasses for your animals to eat. Plant quality grasses that are high in protein. Protein help them to grow, help the muscles to grow. Get grasses that are high in protein for the animals to eat. Plant it there, fence it round, let them eat and give birth. So these are the things you need for a goat farm. But I may not know the price of zinc in your area. I may not know the price of cement in your area. I may not know the price of wood in your area. I may not know all that. So if you ask me, how much does it cost to start up a goat farm? I don't know how much it costs. I may not know the quantity or the quality that you want to do. The battery of my phone is 27%. I'm going to try to maximize it to ensure that I cover up all the topics I'm having. Then let us go to point number 3. Point number 1 was how lucrative is goat farming. I took my time to say all that I can say concerning that. Point number 2 is how much does it take to start a goat farm in Nigeria. I don't know how much, but I can tell you all the things you need at every point in time. Meanwhile, we have Animal Paradise Mentorship Club, and it's a group of goat farmers that if you register to join the club, your farm will become an extension of our farm. We will join you in the management of your farm. Where you're supposed to make mistakes, we will tell you, don't do this, don't do that. Jump up when you get to this point, run when you get to this point, walk when you get to this point, lie down when you get to this point. So we'll be able to guide you to have a successful goat farming. And one of the services of that farm is I can come to your farm if everything is okay, my timing is okay, and your timing is okay. I can come to your farm. I always go to the farm of those people who are members of the mentorship club, because that's one of the benefits of being in the mentorship. But it's a paid group, it's a WhatsApp group. You pay to join the group, Under that, we will be able to help to do a lot of all these things we are talking about. It, for instance, a few weeks ago, we went to fence a farm in Ogun State. We took materials there. I think the boys that were doing the fence, that I took there to do the fence, they came back yesterday night. At about in the night they came back. They've done the fence, 5 acres fenced. 5 acres fence. We took the materials there. We took chain link there. We took the poles there and the wires to tie them all. We took them there, and the boys to fix it. We took them there. They do the fencing. They are going to. I think their farmhouse is already there. They built a farmhouse already. They want to do borehole, because they're going to be irrigating their grasses. They're going to do borehole and have 3 tanks in strategic places. 1 industrial borehole will fill all the tanks, and the tanks will water the grounds for the irrigation. So that's one of the services of the mentorship club. My phone is skipping. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, my phone is skipping because I think it's heat that's causing it, but I put the fan close to it now. Point number 3. What are the challenges facing goat farmers in Nigeria? Okay, the major challenge, okay, all of them are major challenges. First of all, the challenges we face in goat farming is PPR disease. There's a disease called PPR. It's a viral disease for goats in Nigeria. If government can help us to eradicate PPR, they should find out how other civilized countries eradicated PPR and help us to eradicate it. PPR is a major killer of goats in Nigeria. Many of those people who started goats without buying vaccinated goats, they end up losing a lot of goats to PPR. It's a viral disease. Not to buy non-vaccinated goats. We also advise them not to buy goats from the market. Get some farmers who have started farms, they want to sell their animals. The animals are vaccinated. You can buy their animals. So if you want to start a farm, buy vaccinated animals. Buy animals from farms. That's what the advantage of the mentorship club I talk about. In that mentorship club, you will hear when farmers want to sell their goods. Yes, when farmers who are in the group want to sell their goods. Some of them will advertise it by themselves. Some of them will send it to me to help them advertise it. We advertise it. Okay, somebody wants to sell 20 pieces of vaccinated female goats because he have F1s now, F1 females. They want to sell the Nigerian animals that gave birth to that one. You will buy. They want to sell the F1s that is having either male. Most times they are selling F1 males. You will buy vaccinated animals. Have you seen it? You will buy. There are a lot of farms that are vaccinated, a lot of farmers that are vaccinating the animals now. There are times they want to sell. The season has come. They may want to sell 50 animals to start a new project. They may want to sell 10. And people like us are aware. They call us, they tell us. Sometimes we also call them. If you see a farm that has been running for some years, we call them, do you have animals to sell? They say, yes, I have 20. Okay, let me call somebody in the nearest state and see they have. So this in one state, 2 people may have 20. In another state, another person may have 20. So we say, okay, let's pick 10, they get 50. Because the vehicle carrying them, the capacity is 50. So we pick 20 from this farm and pick 10 from the other farms. Later, we're going to come and pick that 10 from the other farm. So that's how we collate vaccinated animals and then we distribute them all around in Nigeria. You that are listening to me, one day we will still come to your farm and buy your animals. When you are ready to sell, you will still tell us, Animal Paradise, I have 30 animals I want to sell, or females. We will still come there, we will still buy your animals. So that's why we advise people buy vaccinated animals, because PPRO is a major challenge in goat farming. Another challenge in goat farming is insecurity in Nigeria, or rather, another challenge in goat farming in Nigeria is insecurity. There are sections of insecurity. Generally, Nigeria is not secure. We have our farm in the bushy area. Like I said yesterday, that I think I was talking to my friend in UK. I went to the north. I bought some donkeys for my children to climb and ride and be playing. I put them in my farm because I can't bring them to the house. So anytime my children go to farm, they will climb the donkey and be riding on it. But do you know that when I came that season from the north, I heard that kidnappers have put their camp inside that bush where our farm is. There's a road that leads into the bush. They now have their camp somewhere there. And they have knocked at our door many times asking for Oga. So when I dropped those donkeys, I ran away. Up till now, my children have not been able to climb that donkey. Because me that owns the farm, and they dodge go farm, they dodge come out. Now me will carry my children now to go farm. So the children don't go to the farm anymore. The children I bought the donkey for last year, for them to enjoy the donkey, they don't go to farm anymore. Me myself, I go there on camera. Because of insecurity, we can't access the bushes again anymore. Even though the police force have chased the kidnappers away, they killed some of them, but we still hear of kidnapping in some other villages around there. Are you seeing it? So, not in my body they will go here say kidnapper don't come back to the village. I'm still using style to go in and come back, come out. Are you seeing it? So those days I think I made a video. I showed the room where I used to sleep in my farm. The room at the center is my room. That's where I sleep when I go to my farm. Sometimes I spend weeks there. Throughout this Christmas season, when my boys will travel, I'm the one in my farm by myself those days. But since kidnapper came now, nobody can sleep there anymore. And that is insecurity on our own perspective. Some other people have a lot of animals in their house. They don't want anybody to know. Some have exotic breed. They don't want anybody to know. Some have close to 50 pieces of exotic breed. They don't want anybody to know the price of one and now know the price of the 50. How much one Kalahari using coming from South Africa to Nigeria. They don't want anybody to know. And they have maybe like 25 Kalaharis, 25 boas inside the fence compound there. They don't want anybody to know the price because of insecurity. If people don't say goat where they what so and so million. Only God knows what they can do. So insecurity is a major challenge in what we are doing in goat farming in Nigeria. Insecurity, people having goat farms, they are not safe. There are some things you can't do. Sometimes I used to say, okay, get a bigger land, the bigger the better. Those bigger lands are in the places where kidnappers are. You can't get a big land in city. You can't get the big land in town. Which area, a civilized area, can you get 1 acre free of 200 by 200 feet available? There's no secure place you can get that. You want to get 5 acres, you got to go to the bushes. And the bushes is where the guys, the kidnappers are, the criminals are. Are you seeing it? So that insecurity actually is affecting a lot of things in goat farming in Nigeria. And the truth of the matter is, Nigeria security services cannot solve it. They cannot solve it. It has been here for years. They've been making news about it, but we are not seeing results. We're not seeing results. So we are just living and doing our things by God's grace. I go to my farm now. Once it is 4 o'clock, I'm out of there. And to the point that I go to the village, and from village send message to the bush, let them come out and meet me in the village. And sometimes I send message to the bush, let them meet me in the village. Sometimes I'll pay a bike man to drive empty into the bush to go and carry one thing from me from the bush and bring to me in town. I was in village. I'm not from village. I drove from Benin to village to the village. I'm not from village. Send them to the bush. They'll bring it out. I'm not carrying it in. I'm not come back to Benin. I didn't get to the farm. Because of insecurity, we don't know who is there, who is not there. We don't know. Because sometimes the insecurity, people used to mention a particular tribe's name, that all those tribes' name, it has gone beyond that. It has gone beyond that. Some of the people in the villages, they work in a syndicate, they work all together. And the Fulanis that are coming from only God know where, they don't know who is rich in the village that they can come and kidnap. The Fulanis don't know that. So sometimes people just rub that name. I'm going to say it's the Fulani. Most times it's not. It's not. If I come to your village, I will not know who is rich and who is not rich in that village. There must be an indigene of that place who will tell us who is capable, who is not capable, who is having and who is not having. And because even the kidnappers don't want to kidnap bad markets. They kidnap somebody that does not have money to pay them. Or kidnap somebody that at the end of collecting money, the money they collected is not able to buy bullets for them. So they are going to need informants, people to give them information about the financial condition of the people that they are kidnapping. And so when the people are limiting it to that particular tribe, I don't agree to that. Crime has no tribe. Crime has no tribe. Almost every tribe has their criminals. I see it, and it's a major challenge in goat farming in Nigeria. Insecurity. Because of insecurity, there are lands we cannot access. There are lands we cannot access for agricultural purposes. We can't go in there and we can't use it. And sometimes if we are using it, we can't use it so effectively. We'll be using it and we'll be afraid. We'll be using it and will not be comfortable. Are you seeing it? So that's point 2 on that question. The challenges facing farmers in Nigeria. Point 1 is PPR. Point 2 is insecurity. Point 3 is bad workers. I've got my fair share of bad workers. My religious stand will not allow me to be a bad boss, but I just have a swift way of dealing with them. The major challenge, the major reason why our farms are closing up in Nigeria is workers. I spoke in a lengthy with my manner on that in the last video I made yesterday. The workers are fucking things up. They are messing up. If you listen to that video, you will see I talk much about that. So bad workers. I will not tell you to get a good worker because there is no good worker. There is no good worker. Just pass along with the workers for as long as it lasts. If you can't bear with them, chase them away. Find another one. Bear with his own badness. When you are fed up, chase him away. Get another one. When you are through, chase him away. Get another one. Just be passing your farm along like that. Be passing along. All of them have bad vices. Different bad vices. There is no good worker. Animal Paradise says so. If you see any good worker, let us know. You can only be good for some time. After some time, his badness will come out. We have seen worse. Point number 4, high cost of petrol. The high cost of fuel, premium motor spirits, petrol, fuel, gasoline. It's expensive now. Because it's expensive now, it's affecting a lot of things. If you come to the city of Benin, those states, there are no much vehicles on the road. There are no much vehicles on the road. There are no much vehicles because fuel is expensive. And I don't know how they are doing it. If you pay for 1 liter, the filling station will fill your tank and will put 1 liter in your tank. But the 1 liter they put, it will read 1 liter on the meter. But the content that came out is not up to 1 liter. So you're paying high for the fuel and you're getting less quantity. A quantity that is not the equivalent value of the money you paid. Imagine you paying for 10 liters and the end what they give you is 7.5 liters or 8 liters. That's just another part of the fuel thing. The price is high, very high, very high. Vehicles are not many anymore. That is in town. You just go to town, you say, it's today public holiday. It's not public holiday. It's just that there's not much fuel. And we who have our farms in the far area where we have to buy fuel for our car to travel to farm, buy fuel for the bike in the farm, buy fuel on the gen. That's where you will also see a bad worker. When you are planning your finances and say, okay, I don't want a situation where water will finish and then there is no fuel in the gen for them to pump water. You put fuel in the gen. The workers will draw the fuel out and sell to one guy driving bike and carrying cassava with his bike, one farmer. They will sell 1 liter to him and tell him that if you come use the money buy cigar, come for us. The fuel in your gen. They will draw 1 liter away, sell it to the farmer who went to carry cassava, sell to him and tell him that when he's coming back to carry the second batch of cassava, he should use that money to buy cigar for them. Not to talk of the fuel in the bike you gave them to use, the farm bike. I've been operating that farm bike for a long time. If I buy 1 liter, the black market 1 liter, because in the village there, we don't buy from the filling station in the village, we buy from black market. If you buy black market 1 liter and turn it in the fuel, I know how many times it will move from the village to farm, go and come, go and come, go and come. It's 3 times. But a worker will carry the bike and go and come back to the village, and then will now push the bike to farm. What's it happen? You say fuel finish for road. 1 liter what you just buy just now. If you buy 2 liters, I know it's 6 times. If you buy 1 liter, I know it's 3 times. Go and come 3 times. You say, guy, not finished. The carburetor not good. You say the carburetor they drink fuel. You say the carburetor they drink fuel. The other guy carried my bike away from the farm and went to the village. From morning till evening, I did not see him. What's happened? And now call people in the village. Say, did you post my work? And they say they use the bike that they carry passengers this morning. He's carrying passenger from the junction to the other village. Because from that junction there are like 3 or 4 villages inside towards local road. He will stand at that junction and be carrying passenger. 2 passengers will pay him. He will take them to bring passenger. That was what he was doing with my bike from morning till night. That was not the issue. After working from morning till the evening, he came back around 5 o'clock, pushing the bike, and then I saw him on camera. He now pushed the bike and park it. Wetin happen? Say fuel don finish for the bike. So you use the bike to work. You no fit even buy fuel put inside. You no fit buy fuel. Na my own, na me go buy fuel put. But the fuel I bought, he use it to work. These are challenges. These are challenges that we in goat farming, as easy as goat farming is, we still have people doing all this. Not to talk of those in the poultry section and all those kind of sections that really have countable losses. Their own is countable, our own is not countable. Ruminant farming, the losses are not countable. You can actually check the SSs. Take for instance all these SSs I'm checking now. I'm talking about now. I can check them. I can buy fuel in my car and take fuel like our spray machine. The maintenance principle is don't leave fuel inside. So when you finish using it, you turn the fuel out and leave it empty. Because if you leave the fuel inside the machine, it will spoil the carburetor. So I can actually use that principle for my generator. When I get there, I'll on the gen, I'll pump all the water I want to pump, I'll turn the fuel out and leave it empty. Or I won't carry the generator and put in my car, back of my car, and leave it there. It can be there for 1 week. Nobody will ask me, na my motor. Na me get motor. They'll leave it in the back there. Anytime I come to the farm, I on it, I pump. For the bike, I don't have to put fuel for them. Everything they need is in the farm there. So I'll remove all the fuel. Even right now, the bike is inside the one room in the village there. I lock it up. Okay, we have Oluwatosin Farm. Good afternoon, Animal Paradise. I love what you do. Thank you very much, Oluwatosin Farm. We are here today on the live streaming from our YouTube channel. We are talking about so many topics. I think it's there. We can always watch it after today. And that's one thing about the live streaming. I did one time. There was no audio. And so, but this one, I believe there will be audio on it. I seen it. So that's that. The bike, they are no longer using it. And then the only challenge we're having when it comes to petrol now is the fuel on my car to go to the farm. Sometimes I find it difficult to go there every time now. Those days I used to go there minimum of 1 time, sometimes 2 times a week. But now it's like once in 2 weeks. Especially for the fact that they are all okay. The animals are okay. I check them on camera, they are okay. There's no reason for me to go. I don't have to waste the fuel to go there. It costs a lot of money to buy fuel to go there now. To buy fuel to move around. That's the challenges, one of the major challenges we are having in animal farming. The first challenge is PPRO. In goat farming, PPRO. The second challenge is insecurity. Very big problem. And the third one, bad workers. There is no good worker, or there are no good workers. They are just there for some time. If they change, you change. Then we have high cost of petrol. High cost of petrol is a big problem. And another challenge we are having in Nigeria. Remember, I always say Nigeria. I don't know if there's jealousy abroad, though. There's something called jealousy. And jealousy by your neighbors. I don't know if they have it in other countries, but in Nigeria, is their major occupation. It's a major occupation here in Nigeria. The average village person does not want to see you succeed in what you do. When you're succeeding, they're angry. Some of them are big men. Somebody who have 20 acres of plantain, only in one have 20 acres of plantain, 20 acres of pineapple, 20 acres, many acres of gari, what's it called? Cassava. They have corns. They have houses. He has built 3, 4, 5 houses. They will still be jealous in you. It's just a common thing in the community areas. When they see that, they actually said that when I came into that bush, I was having few goats. Now the goats are full everywhere. I have not brought goats one day for them to eat. These are people who can buy 10 goats and eat for themselves. That's where the issue is. So it's not that they are hungry of goats. They can buy and eat. They have it. Their children can send them goats. They have children all over the world. But I don't know what that thing is in them, in the Nigerian people. There seems to have that jealousy thing, that jealousy spirit. It's very bad. The man that you see he's doing his thing, do you know how many sacrifices, how many starvation, how many letting go of pleasures he have let go just for him to push up and get to where he is? I took some workers to work for me. I paid them 10,000 naira. They were very happy for the 10,000 naira. At the end of the 10,000, they said they want to go and flex. And then I left them and I went to go and lie down in the place I want to sleep. When they came at night, they really went to flex. I was like, wow, they got 10,000. They could flex. Me that paid them, I didn't flex. I didn't flex. But they who got 10,000, they could flex. Why didn't I flex? They came to set block for me. They have set the block, 3 bricklayers, 3 service. They have set that block to the knitted, set it to roofing. To them, they got their pay. They want to go and flex. Me, I got a responsibility. The moment they got to the roofing level, I got a responsibility. I need to buy wood. I need to buy zinc. I need to pay carpenter. I need to buy roofing sheets, not necessarily zinc. I need to buy wood. I need to buy roofing sheets. I need to buy nail. I need to pay the carpenter. Then there are some areas I want to use poles to stand. I need to go and buy the poles, weld it, and pay another person to dig it so that the roof can come out and create a shade where we can be doing some manual work. Outside, we need a place, open place that there will be shade. Sun will not be beating us, but the outside to be wide. I've got that responsibility. Even though I had money in my pocket, a bowl of pepper soup was not what was in my mind. I had money to buy it, but that's not what's in my mind right now. The one person tomorrow, after we have sacrificed all these things, I had an option. I slept in one room in the village. That room, there's foam on the ground there. There's carpet on the ground. There's foam there. That's where we used to put our things. So when we walk, I can't drive back to town because it's night. I'll sleep there. All of us, I think we were about, there were 6 plus me, 7. All of us slept inside that one room on the foam that is on the floor. All these sacrifices that we are making all these sacrifices to achieve a target we are chasing. There is a hotel in the village, one room is 10,000. I can sleep there. I can. If maybe extra one bricklayer came with those bricklayers, I would have paid him also 10,000 naira. But how many minutes they take a break? If they are human beings, they can sleep there. Why can't I sleep there? I'm a farmer. All of us slept there with gist. How many minutes they take a break? Before you talk, take break. We went back, finished the work. Then we came to Benin. Then after all these sacrifices, I would drive and risk myself to drive to bush and drive back. Then after they see these things going on, then they'll be jealous of me. Do you know where I've passed through? Do you know what people have passed through? Then you are jealousing. You are jealousing because it's your village. Another person who's not a member of the village is coming to use the village land that he bought and he's doing well, and you are angry. Those are some of the challenges where you meet up with people angry with you when you have not offended them. Some of them, you don't know them, you don't know their name, you have not seen their face before, but they see you drive past. Other people will tell you, that man be that, that man be that, that man be that. They'll sit down the outside, they'll be telling them that man be that. You don't know them, but they'll just pass you, they'll be angry. That is a challenge. It's one of the challenges we face. Are they come? Okay, second West Junction. Okay, this is the office. Okay, we'll go. What time are we moving? You're ready? Okay, you're gonna give me some time. So please, that is one of the challenges we are passing through in goat farming in Nigeria. Another issues we are having is jealousy by the people in the villages, a major challenge. Another one is, what are the solution to vet doctors' SSs? Yes, what are the solution to vet doctors' SSs? Maybe the vet doctors we have in Nigeria are not enough. Maybe they are not enough because sometimes they seem to be so busy. You call them, they'll tell you they are coming because they really want to come. But they will go to one farm and try to do 1 or 2 things. The time we finish and they're not able to finish the work, then you say they have disappointed you. They disappointed you. And some of them used to disappoint. Maybe because the number of vet doctors in Nigeria are not many. There are some that were trained vet doctors, but they didn't practice. They left and went to be doing other things. And that's why sometimes vet doctors used to disappoint. I think so. Then another problem vet doctors are having is not necessarily the fact that they don't know what they are doing. It's because the drugs they have to use are fake. They are fake. Most times in northern Nigeria, you can get ruminant doctors easily. Doctors who are used to treating ruminants, you can get them easily in northern Nigeria. But in southern Nigeria, you can have vet doctors who have been practicing dog, poultry, piggery, and cats in southern Nigeria. They've been practicing that. They are not so used to ruminants. Not that they don't know how to attend to ruminants. If they have to, sometimes they can just do a brush up and say, okay, ruminant, they've not been doing, they can do a brush up. But at the end of coming to your farm with the brush up and whatsoever, you will now find out that the drugs they have to use is fake. Where they are to use 1 ml of tylosin, the 1 ml is a fake tylosin. It will not work. Then some of the farmers will not be complaining that the vet doctor they brought, he treated the animal, it didn't get better, it was dying. The animals still died. Not because some of the vet doctors are not experts or they don't know what they're doing, the drugs they have to use is fake. There's a high number of fake drugs in town. And we, over the years, we have learned how to test the originality of so many drugs. Because we know how the reactions of those drugs are. There are drugs we will put in our hand and rub it like this. We will know the difference if it's the original one or if it's the fake one. There are drugs we have to put at the back of our hand like this and to feel the temperature. There are some drugs you don't touch it in your skin like this, it will be hot. The original one is hot. The fake one does not have any reaction. There are some other ones you put on the back of your hand, you blow it and blow it and blow it. When it dry, the original one, you will know the mark it will show and the color it will show after drying. The fake one will not show that. And so because over the years we've been using it, if we come and we meet up with original drugs, we know how many doses to give of the original drugs. If we come and we meet up with the fake drug, we still know how swiftly to do it. But because we have been, it's what we do every day. It's what we do every day. So we first of all, we identify the originality of the drugs. But so many vet doctors may not know that. They may carry the drugs and think that it is what they were taught in school, and they administer it to your animal, and you will not see results. You will say, that vet doctor don't know it work. No, it is fake drugs. Fake drugs. And those people doing fake drugs, they will identify the particular drugs that people are buying. That's the one they will fake. They don't just, if they see that everybody have identified that this particular medicine is fake, that they are not buying this product, they will still go and fake that product. The funniest part is the fake drug and the real drug, they have the same design. The people doing the fake drug will take the original drug and draw the carton the same way and do the bottle the same way. So you hold the two drugs, the cartons look the same, but it's the content inside that is fake. That's why we used to test the content before we use it, or we will buy from the suppliers that the supplier that the company, the original company is supplying direct. We know that this person buys directly from the company. We will buy. Some companies where we have link, we will buy straight from the company. But sometimes it's not easy to buy straight from the company because the company is selling in high quantity. So sometimes we buy from who they supply. That one can retail to us. We know it is this company that is supplying this person. We know. We will buy from them. But some first shops don't even know. All those marketers, they will just walk into the shop. Hey, madam, we are having this product now. Can we be supplying you? And we'll supply you at so and so price where you can make 100 naira. That one is happy. Then they will bring motor and pack the fake drugs in. The fake drugs look like the original. That is a major challenge also we are facing. That's why even the vet doctors, if they finish treating your animals, they will be wondering, why didn't they get results? They'll be looking, what's happened? The owner will be complaining and say, the animal don't die. The vet doctor will be shocked because he did everything right. But he used the fake drugs. So those are some of the challenges that we have to do with in vet doctors, and then sometimes individual behavior and characters. There are some persons, even though they are educated, they are vet doctors, they just still have their bad character. We cannot rule that out. And we cannot rule that out. That's an excess of the vet doctors. And one of the excesses of the vet doctors is fake drugs. Find a way to identify the real drugs, or find people who know the real drugs and buy the real drugs. Some of those fake drugs, they become poison in the body of the animals because of the fake chemicals they use in doing it, or the lack of proper formulation of those chemicals. Some are higher, some are lower, some are not just the chemical needed. They become poison in the body of the animals. So find a way to get original antibiotics and use them for your animals. In a situation where the character of a vet doctor is not so okay with you, change him. Get another vet doctor. But most of the times, the farmers will also learn how to attend to their animals by themselves. It is not difficult. And just insert the needle into their legs and empty the syringes there. The content of the syringe, empty it there. Find someone to teach you where to put it, how to do it. It's just like ABCD. If a child can learn ABC to Z, an adult can give injection to goats. It can. It's not so difficult. So this is Animal Paradise. We are here gisting today. I'm receiving a lot of messages on my WhatsApp. I don't know if that is from some of the people here. I think I received like 20 messages in less than 1 hour. I don't know if it's on people here, but thank you for being there. Can I read the names now? Oluwatosin Farms, thank you for being there. Saeed from the UK, thank you for being there. We saw your pictures on the group, the fowls, and then the workers' house you're building. We saw it, so beautiful. The guys tried with the glasses that they put, that white colored glasses is so beautiful. Prince Chinedu Uche, thank you very much. Kelvin Peters, yeah, thank you very much. I think I spoke to one Kelvin today on WhatsApp. I don't know if it's Kelvin Peters. Thank you very much, Kelvin Peters. We have our Animal Paradise Mentorship Club. You can call to join the Mentorship Club. It's a community of goat farmers, and then we have services we are rendering to all the farmers at the Mentorship Club. The people at the Mentorship Club, their farms becomes an extension of Animal Paradise Farm. We can't be there physically. We can't be there through WhatsApp video calls or any other social media platform video calls. We can always be there. This is Animal Paradise. I'm signing out now. Thank you for being there. I think I'll make another live video some other time, but I have 3 videos. I've uploaded 2 yesterday and today. I'm uploading another one now, but it's not going through. I'm going to upload it later, and then this live video is also coming up. Stocking season starting. We're going to be making a lot of videos from different states in Nigeria. We'll talk about a lot of things. Thank you very much, everybody, for being my guest today. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then also share the YouTube channel, comment on it, like the videos you watch. It will give us a rating on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye bye.